It's Friday Night Football. Your first and goal coverage with Joel Villanueva is supported by Safeguard Insurance.
Let's go! It is game time in the Valley. Our first and goal coverage is back with all your great scores and highlights. As usual, we start with our heavyweight battle, our first and goal game of the week. Now, a year ago in the first round of the playoffs, Vela beat Hannah on a 54-yard field goal. Tonight, the rematch was on. Eagles looking for some payback. SaberCats trying to protect their home turf. Both teams won their openers last week, and tonight, what a sight to see the huge American flag on display. Thanks to our friends at the Edinburgh Fire Department. SaberCats getting their clouds out first. Christian Flores call him Grease Lightning right up the middle. Hannah in pursuit, but they won't catch him. An electrifying way to start these highlights. The fans up in the stands said, hey, we want some more. Here comes some more. Victor Campos back to pass for the Eagles. Nice zip and a nice catch. It's a touchdown, right? Nope. A penalty wipes away that score. Vela still on top. Later in the game, SaberCats punting way up in the air, but the Eagles muff the punt, and Vela recovers. Now, check out this play. The wide receiver on the run, but he's looking downfield. What a grab by Aziel Garcia. That's how you do it. He says, that's mine. What a score for the Cats. Hannah answers back and keep things close. Right now they're in the fourth quarter with Vela on top, 28-20 in our first and goal game of the week. Bogus Stadium rocking tonight. The Harlingen South Hawks coming out to face the PSJA North Raiders. We start the highlights in the first quarter. Hawks inside the red zone, and they're seeing pay turf. Emilio Quiroz bulls his way in. Touchdown Hawks. Extra point makes it 7-0 South. Move ahead to the second quarter now. And now it's North knocking on the door. Arturo Bertran lowers his dome, dives across the goal line, and that ties it up at 7-all. We got a good game going. Back come the Hawks. They fake one way here and hand it the other way. Orlando Muniz on the sweep. He finds the end zone. A tight ball game in Harlingen tonight. It is the Hawks on top right now, 24-23. A non-district battle on that blue turf in Valley View. Los Tigres, the Tigers, at home looking for a spark on defense early. They pick off Port Isabel's Cesar Aguilera, and Valley View trying to get something cooking. Those burgers making me hungry. Valley View hands it off here. They give the rock to Brandon Gonzalez, and Mr. G busting loose. Eventually, the Tarpons bring him down, but Valley View gets a field goal for a 3-0 lead. Now it's PI's turn. Aguilera calls his own number. And the Tarpons quarterback says, hey, let me in. That's my score. Port Isabel on top, 7-3. Valley View says, hey, we can do that too. The Tigers, Simon Fernandez throws a dart to his man Juan Cantu. Valley View takes the lead back, and they never look back. All Tigers in this one. Valley View victorious, 34-7. Now we head over to Cameron County. District season already underway in 16 5A Division I, and a pair of Brownsville foes knocking helmets at Sam Stadium. Lopez on one sideline, Brownsville veterans on the other. Channel 5's Ruben Juarez joins us live with an update on the Chargers and the Lobos. Both teams 1-0. What's up, Ruben?
Hey, Joel, what a great night for football here in Brownsville. These two teams know each other very well. They faced off last year in the first round of the playoffs. Lopez falling on the short end of that game against Brownsville veterans. Lopez with a new look squad this year, a new head coach, Armando Gutierrez, taking over the program. He's a Brownsville Hannah graduate who most recently coached in the Dallas area. A new look could be also another way to describe the other team, Brownsville veterans. They have a new quarterback this year, Liam Longoria, who replaces Gustavo Vasquez, who led them to a deep playoff run last year. Lots of new faces on this year's team for Brownsville veterans. Let's go ahead and look at the highlights. Lopez with the ball in the first quarter. Nice pass and catch right there. Jordi Gutierrez on the receiving end, 29 yards. That would set up a touchdown run for the Lobos. They would take a 7-0 lead. Later on, Lopez with the ball once again, but they fumble the ball and veterans recovers. Now, veterans with the ball and looking to cash in. Liam Longoria faking the handoff. runs it up the gut, finds a hole, and in he goes. Longoria scoring the touchdown that would even up the game at 7. 7-7 the score at the half, but in the third quarter, Veterans Memorial taking over, the Chargers scoring 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. Liam Longoria with 4 total touchdowns on the night. Brownsville Vets wins 32-12. Next up for Brownsville Veterans, a matchup against the other veterans in the Valley, Mission Veterans, while Lopez will take on Rio Grande City. It's our report from here in Brownsville. Joel, let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Ruben. At PSJA, the Battling Bears looking to bounce back after a tough Week 1 loss to Flower Bluff tonight. Another Coastal Bend opponent, PSJA facing Corpus Christi King. And the Bears love to air it out. Trey Guajardo to Marco Guajardo. After a 3-and-out from King, Bears go back to work, and guess what they're doing? Yeah, they're going long again. Guajardo right on the money to his man, Miguel Flores. Bears out to a big lead early, and the defense doing their part as well. Marcos Pedraza zeroes in for the quarterback sack here, and the Bears dominating this game tonight. PSJA having their way with Corpus Christi King. They are having a big night in FAR. All right, what a way to start the year for Roma. Last Friday, Roma beat their rival Rio Grande City 32-31 in overtime. After a thrilling win, the Gladiators trying to build on it. As for La Jolla, they won their rivalry game last week, knocking off Palmview. So both teams in search of a 2-0 start. We are off to the races here with the Gladiators' first play. Felix Gomez taking this one 56 yards all the way down to the Coyotes 6-yard line, but Roma would miss a field goal. Now here in the second quarter, Roma's punt is blocked by Danny Salinas. Fight for the football. The punter, Brandon Duarte, runs it out to the 4-yard line, but La Jolla with some fabulous field position now, and they give it to their Brahma Bull, Eddie Villarreal. Strong run up the middle, and it is all La Jolla tonight. The Coyotes howling 49-0. La Jolla victorious in that one. It took overtime last week for Sherryland to beat Pace. The Rattlers invading McAllen tonight for a match against the Memorial Mustangs. In the backfield, watch out for this guy, Campbell Spates. Nothing fancy, good old toss play that goes 75 yards for a score. Mustangs get the first punch in, 7-zip home team. Could the visitors get one back? Quarterback Oscar Valdez on the run, taken down after a nice pickup. But right after that, Valdez picked off by Michael Morales. This game has now gone to overtime with the Mustangs ahead right now, 27-21. All right, the Mercedes Tiger is riding high after a comeback win last week. The Tigers held off Edinburgh North 19-16. Their quarterback, Israel Alegria, threw 2 touchdown passes coming off the bench in the second half. Tonight, the Tigers in the Queen City, and they were hosting the McAllen Row Warriors. Channel 5's Trayson Bragg, our man on the scene. What's up, Trayson?
Hey, Joel. Tonight's game was a non-conference game, but it was important for both teams. The Warriors wanted to come in here tonight and get their first win of the season after a big loss last week. And as you mentioned, the Tigers wanted to get their second win here tonight to keep their momentum going as we inch closer to district play. So, Joel, let's just get straight to the action. Joel, it wouldn't take long to get to that action. On the opening kickoff return, Warriors returner Lopez would take the ball, break a tackle, and go all the way in for a 78-yard touchdown run to get his team on the scoreboard early. But the Tigers would respond. Their receiver, Leroy Garcia, would go airborne like a tomahawk missile for that amazing touchdown grab to get his team on the board. However, the Warriors would get the ball moving. Their quarterback, Jonas Ortiz, with an oh-so-pretty touch pass to his receiver for a 37-yard touchdown. The Tigers, Cantu, he's a returner. He looked like he was going to make a big-time play. That is until he tried to pitch the ball to his imaginary friend. And let's just say that didn't work out so well, Joel. And it would lead to, yes, you guessed it, another beautiful touch pass by Ortiz, this time for 48 yards to his receiver for a touchdown, which would give his team the lead by a score of 27-6 going into half. Now there's still a few minutes left in this game, Joel, and they're winning right now by a score of 47-19. They just scored again. The Warriors scored and scored early. They proved to be too much for the Tigers tonight. Reporting live in Mercedes, Trayson Bragg, Channel 5 Sports.
All right, thank you, Trayson. San Benito almost knocked off Cal Allen last week. Tonight, the Hounds going on the road again. Second quarter, Hounds trailing Victoria West 7-0, but a great pitch and catch here. Jacob Cavazos right into the bucket, finding Antonio Torres. San Benito down to the 15-yard line. Very next play, Kyler Castilleja right down Main Street, and a great ball game tonight up there in Victoria. It is San Benito on top in the fourth quarter, 43-41. The Economides Jags took the bus to Corpus Christi. Jags trying to get their first win after a 7-0 loss to PSJA Southwest last week, and it would be another rough night for the Jags offense. For the second straight week, Econ falls by a score of 7-0, no points yet for that Jags offense. Red Ant Country, here we come. Progresso on their home turf tonight to face Brownsville St. Joseph Academy. The Bloodhounds on offense first. St. Joe dials up the run play, and it's a run to the left side. This will set up a St. Joseph touchdown. Bloodhounds get into the end zone, and St. Joe having their way in this one against the Red Ants in the fourth quarter. St. Joe ahead 6-0. Progresso has yet to score. Let's move on to our first and goal scoreboard. It was Donna taking out PSJ Southwest 30-14. Pioneer leads Juarez Lincoln 31-29. Austin LBJ and Los Fresnos in a great game there. Rio Hondo knocks off Zapata 18-0. Gruya falls short to Raymondville 55-28. Lyford over Hidalgo 20-17. Palmview takes care of Rio Grande City. Alexander over Wesco East 24-6. La Feria drops Santa Rosa 38-6. Mission leading big 55-6 over Donna North. And we have Falfurrias on top of Monte Alto 44-7.